I also want to talk about this. I don't know if you saw the press conference after. It's funny how, you know, when you're on top, you know, people who you even think are on your side ain't really on your side like that. They're there for themselves. And in my opinion, Oscar De La Hoya showed that. At the press conference, Oscar De La Hoya was nowhere to be found. In my opinion, if Ryan Garcia wins this fight, Oscar De La Hoya is going to be on that mic talking all his shit at the press conference. And now that Ryan lost, he's nowhere to be found. It's just like, come on, man. Like, Tank was having issues with Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, and Leonard Ellerbe was still there for Tank. And I think if Tank would have lost, Leonard Ellerbe still would have been there. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it with Adrian Broner. Whenever Adrian Broner lost, they were still there for him. You know what I mean? At least at the press conference, you know, they had their falling out afterwards, but at least at the press conference, they were there, you know, to show respect. You know, Oscar De La Hoya was nowhere to be found. And know damn well if Ryan Garcia won this fight, Oscar De La Hoya would have hopped on that fucking mic and talked all the shit in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dana White has said enough about. I mean, Dana White said a whole lot about Oscar De La Hoya that you know what I mean. He's reiterated this a bunch of times. You know, Oscar De La Hoya is a slimy, grimy guy. He only really pops up when, you know what I mean, he's out for himself. That's kind of well known by now. You know what I mean. You're right. If Ryan had won the fight, Oscar would have been up there talking all his shit, saying how great he is and how great blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think it's bullshit. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of respect for Oscar De La Hoya in the first place. He's always kind of been that way. He's always been kind of a grimy guy, always lying, always deceiving people. He makes up a lot of stuff too. Like he'll make up lies to make himself whatever makes him sound good. Like he was at first he was all about like, oh, the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, it's a mockery to boxing, the whole, you know, MMA versus blah 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 blah. But before that, he was trying to get the fight with McGregor. You know what I mean? Like he's a self person. He's all about himself.
Yeah, and people were saying the same about Ryan's coach, Joe Goosen, but I don't agree with that. You can tell in the press conferences, if you go watch the press conferences, you can tell Joe Goosen isn't a mic person. So I think regardless if Ryan would have won or lost, Joe Goosen probably wouldn't have been there. He would have just let Ryan have his moment. So I don't give any flack to Joe Goosen. We all know De La Hoya was running his mouth this whole time. We all know if Ryan wins this fight, De La Hoya's hopping on that mic to talk all the shit in the world. We all know this. And the fact that he wasn't there because Ryan lost, it's just an L, bro. It's a huge L. It's a bad look. And definitely lose respect for De La Hoya.